All right, I think we have a good group here. Let's kick things off. The next in our Green Tech Renewables Partner Series. Let's advance the slide, please, Glenn. Yeah. So this is of course the next in our series. Thanks everyone for joining. Today we have Sue Stark and Glenn Woodruff from Iron Ridge, highlighting the new product called Aire. Thanks, Glenn. Can you advance to the next slide? As usual, we're going to have data sheets and additional resources available under handouts. As you can see here in the icon at the top of the screen, over on your left, you'll see a handout tab. We'll upload them there. And of course, feel free to ask questions in the chat as we go. We might try to answer some if they're really pertinent right in the middle, but of course we'll go through the questions at the end, and then of course we'll also create a recording of this to share later. Let's go to the next slide, please. I'm Stuart Fox. I have the pleasure to host this and kick it off today. I run the renewables, Green Tech Renewables Design Services team. And we are a nationwide engineering and tech sales network. We're available all the time for any green tech customer. So basically, if you have a green tech account, you have essentially 24/7 access to a highly seasoned design team all over the country. We can do batteries, carports, any type of system, any kind of storage system or grid-tied system, and can meet the requirements of any authority in the country. Thanks, Glenn. Let's go to the next one. And of course, Green Tech Renewables Design Services is just a small part of Green Tech Renewables. Green Tech Renewables is a nationwide distribution network, over 100 locations in the US. Of course, committed to providing customers with exceptional service and top-tier products from all the best manufacturers, of course, including Iron Ridge. We strive to be the most trusted distributor in the renewable energy industry, and provide a complete suite of services through logistics, design, finance, and in multiple different markets. So, of course, the core values are service, integrity, and reliability. And with that, let's advance to the start slide, and Glenn and Susan can introduce themselves.
Awesome. Thank you, Stuart. My name is Glenn Woodruff, and I'm an Associate Product Marketing Manager here at Iron Ridge. I've been with Iron Ridge and QuickMount since 2018, and until recently, I've been the Territory Manager for the Southeastern United States, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean. I've been in solar for the last 10 years, and I'm very much looking forward to the next 10. The QR codes there will take you to our LinkedIn profiles. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to Sue Stark.
Thanks, Glenn. Hey, everyone. I'm Sue Stark, Senior Manager of Training at Iron Ridge. And like Glenn, I was originally hired by QuickMount in 2014 and brought over to the Iron Ridge side in 2019 when the companies were combined. I've been NABCEP certified since 2013, and I've trained thousands of installers in the field. Myself and my team of field application engineers have been installing beta and sales trials of this new product in the field for over a year. I'll be commenting from time to time on our experiences with the product and also be available for questions at the end of the presentation.
Thank you, Sue. Make solar stronger is Iron Ridge's operational North Star. As we develop new products, we continually question whether those efforts will make it easier for our customers to sell, install, and permit their systems. We test and test until we're sure the system will be able to withstand multiple extreme weather events during its decades on the roof. We ask whether the innovation will best serve the installer to make their experience better. And will it also help the homeowner feel secure in their decision? So the choice to launch an open channel racking system didn't come out of thin air. We had to ask these questions and more. Like, how do we make clamps that are glove friendly for safety and comfort in hot and cold conditions, and that also won't fall into the channel? How can we eliminate headaches and waste caused by rail cutting and on-the-fly adjustments? How can we design a splice that's strong, that allows for water egress, that doesn't impede rail movement or restrict mount placement? And importantly, when using the racking system to manage wires, what assistance can we offer the contractor to do it correctly and to code? Our field trainers and technical support teams were vital to the design of this system. They spend their days side by side with installers, and they see the work of installing solar through their eyes, the eyes of hundreds, if not thousands, of solar professionals. They study their preferences, what frustrates them, what takes up valuable time and energy. And when you pair that real-world knowledge with the best design team in solar, you get solutions. You get speed and convenience without sacrificing quality and strength. And you get a new pitched roof racking system that is feature-rich, hassle-free, glove-friendly, and the next big thing to make solar stronger. You get Aire. Racking accelerated. Aire is a carefully engineered, ergonomic solution for pitched roofs that promotes both speed and precision. Each component has been designed to reduce the potential for installer error and to provide an exceptional installation experience. The entire system has been thoroughly tested to withstand the extreme forces it may endure in its decades-long life. And innovations incorporated into the Aire design provide positive feedback so that by touch and sight, crew members, new or experienced, will know they've installed them correctly. And this is a nice little render we did of the wires coming through the channel. Show that again. Twist and click the pre-assembled components into the tray and they stay in place. Mids, ends, grounding lugs, and MLP hardware all share this convenient feature. Let me play that one more time. With just a quarter turn, the glove-friendly airlock clamps stand up straight, don't fall in the rail, or intrude into the channel to pinch wires. And we've incorporated our UFO into the design, giving us a 1/2 inch module gap. This minimizes waste and helps to achieve the minimalistic and unobtrusive appearance homeowners appreciate. Both mid and end clamps are universal, accommodating module frames of 30 to 40 millimeters. The Aire Stealth hidden end clamp provides a refined aesthetic. Because of the 15-degree angled bolt, rail cutting is not necessary to engage the clamp. And we've added an integrated, robust tether to aid in installation. The rail can be undercut by up to 1/4 of an inch to make the end caps flush with the module frames. The Aire Stealth bonds with both the rail and module. It is compatible with nearly all module frames. The Aire dock is the mount-to-rail attachment hardware. It works with any open-slotted attachment, giving you limitless mounting options. Let me show you how this works on our new Halo Ultra Grip hug attachment.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Super easy. Let's show that one more time. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's it.
The air dock comes pre-assembled with a captured bolt and easily integrates with our attachments for metal, tile, and comp shingle roofs. All our testing is performed with Iron Ridge and quick mount attachments like the Lynx, the all-tile hook, Flashfoot 2, and Hug. There's tremendous value in a fully engineered solution. No need to worry about cross-compatibility and multiple warranty holders. Aire and all our attachment hardware are in our design assistant, allowing you to design and achieve the value of a full stack solution. It takes a simple click to seat the rail into the air dock. Once in place, one installer with one hand can move the rail into position. This slide and glide ability is made possible by the air dock's anodized lip and industrial strength lubricant. Slide and glide technology speeds the alignment process, saving time and hassle for the installer. Legacy open channel rail systems are nearly impossible to move once placed. Because of this, installers tend to overestimate the length of rail needed, choosing to trim off the excess unneeded rail. Being able to slide the rail into position substantially reduces rail waste. Here's a real-world example. This install in Massachusetts, and I think, Sue, you're actually on this job, so maybe you could talk to this.
Sure. I actually took this video, if you can start playing it, and this was on the first ever Aire installation. It demonstrated the power of the slide and glide feature that Glenn just demonstrated. 48 feet of rail slid into position on 16 mounts. This means that the installers can easily square up the rails, eliminating hassle and rail waste.
Pair your Aire install with Hug. Field trials of Aire with Hug show a time savings of up to 3 hours per project. Save truck rolls, install before peak sun, schedule a second job. A recent 8 kilowatt system in Florida was completed in 2 hours, ladder up to ladder down. Hug has over 1,000 pounds of uplift capacity, and its thick, integrated triangle-shaped L-foot gives a yield strength you can feel. If you're not familiar with Hug, we'd encourage you to scan the QR code to take you to our mobile landing page. And I will say this, our mobile site is a great resource for when you're in the field. You can easily access our products, show a customer a video, get installation instructions and other technical documentation. In fact, every product box in the field includes a QR code like this so that your crews can get the information they need when they need it. I can't speak highly enough about the work our marketing department has done on our mobile site. While we know that rails should not be used as a tow board, real-world experiences tell us it will be used that way. Aire provides a strength you can feel. Aire can be depended upon to give the guys and gals on the roof the confidence they need to move about the job. Even on very steep routes, installers can trust the air beneath their feet. Water mitigation is an important consideration. The vertical rib at the bottom of the air channel elevates the wires, while the end caps have an ample aperture to allow. This incorporates a water reveal for snowmelt to flow with it. In fact, laboratory testing reveals that these features allow for 40% more water to pass through the channel without contacting the connectors than other open channel rail platforms.
Glenn, it looks like you may have to reshare your presentation.
Thank you for that, Sue. 1 second. You guys, are you seeing it now, Sue?
Yeah, I would probably forward to the next slide. I think that slide broke it. Good to go.
All right. Speaking of the splice, the Aire rail tie ticks all the boxes. It's internal, structural, and bonding. No rail penetrations are required for installation. Bonding bolts come with the splice and are recessed and pre-assembled. This feature, paired with convenient centering marks, make for a quick and easy experience. Being internal, the Aire splice does not create an exclusion zone where it becomes impossible to connect to an attachment or create an obstruction that would impede sliding. And I think you want to talk to this a little bit, Sue?
Sure. It's also extremely strong. The project that we viewed earlier on the green metal roof required over 3 sections of rail to be spliced together. The splice is so robust that we were able to splice on the ground and hand up the entire length without deflection. It's also simple to splice on the roof if you prefer, and the splice screws bond the rails together by engaging into the top of the vertical rib that we just mentioned on the previous slide.
Thank you. Aire rails are 170 inches long, which is enough room to support 4 of the newer wider format modules on one stick. This includes the mids, ends, and requisite rail clearance. Competing systems require hidden end clamps or splice rail to support 4 modules on one stick. This is important because we knew that Aire would be used to route wires. We certified Aire as a metallic raceway. Doing things the right way is in our DNA. Aire is the first and only rail platform to have obtained this certification. I'll give you a second if you want to read that slide. Additionally, to help achieve compliance, we give guidance on the wire fill. As you can see in these cross-sectional images, the clamp has been designed to remain separated from the wire run. The flat bottom of the module clamp eliminates the potential for wire interference and damage. Even over the splice, the channel can hold up to 10-12 PV wires, up to 10 number 12 PV wires, or up to 5 N-phase Q cables. This is the only racking system, and I'll repeat, the only racking system with permission to put wires in the channel. You'll find the wire fill chart in the installation manual. Sue, you wanted to comment on this?
In the field, I've had installers get really excited about showing off this feature to their local AHJ. They want to show off the fact that they're using a system that was designed to hold the wires in a code-compliant manner, and the only system where you have permission to put the wires in the channel.
Okay. Over the years, we've seen that one of the best predictors of success for solar installation companies is the happiness of their installers. It's not a mystery. Your labor force is more than just a significant line item on the total cost of the system. It's your brand, your calling card, often the source of future referrals. Aire was made to serve as a force multiplier for them. As you've seen, each component has been optimized to install faster, properly, and with an economy of motion. It's been designed to accelerate the install experience. It's been designed for them. Aire, racking accelerated. We'd like at this point to go into greater detail on some of the components and their features. And before we do that, though, we're going to put up a poll question for all the installers on the call. If you guys can take a minute to look at that and respond, it'd be appreciated. All right. Aire has 2 rail weights, A1 and A2. A1 is going to handle the lion's share of your projects. It offers 4-foot spans at 70 PSF or 180 mile per hour wind loads. and it can span 6 feet in most moderate loading conditions. The robust A2 profile is ideal for extreme snow and wind load environments. Each rail has its own splice, but otherwise uses all of the same components. And Sue, I think you had a comment here.
Sure. In the field, over the past year, we found that A1 is used in nearly all applications. I'm from the Northeast, and we've only needed to use A2 in extreme snow loads or long span requirements. Just this week, we installed a project in central Maine using A1 rail at 4-foot spans.
Let's take a deeper dive into the channel. As a certified raceway, it can support up to 10 number 12 PV wires. An integrated rib that runs the length of the channel keeps connectors elevated above any potential standing water. The rib also serves to help with water mitigation. The water mitigation features designed into the system reduces water retention by up to 40%. The symmetrical shape makes Aire easy to ship, store, cut, and handle. The rail profile's design increases lateral strength, giving the installer a better foot feel during installs. As mentioned, Aire is available in 2 sizes, A1 and A2, 2 colors, black or mill, and 1 optimized length, 170 inches. Rail connectors, mid clamps, end clamps, hardware, and accessories are interchangeable across profiles. Rigorous thought was put into component design and with the experience of the crew member in mind. The Aire dock comes pre-assembled with a captured bolt and easily drops over any open-topped L-foot. The Aire dock's unique slide and glide docking mechanism makes aligning rails smooth and easy. A task that in the past required 2 people to complete can now be done with 1 hand by a single user. And Sue, would you like to comment on the dock for us?
Sure. Here's our dock on our new hug mount. The easy attachment of this rail eliminates the T-bolt from the rail design and replaces it with the dock, which allows more room for wires in the channel and took away the hassle that T-bolts can cause. As we mentioned, the Aire dock will fit on any open slot mount, allowing you to choose the best mount for the project. We also have another poll question for the installers out there about mounting on comp shingle. If you can take a second to respond to that poll, it'd be appreciated.
Thank you, Sue. Our airlock mid clamps integrate our UFO into their design, achieving a 1/2 inch module gap. This gives it a superior aesthetic. The tight module spacing minimizes rail waste. Again, one 170-inch length of Aire rail will accommodate most modules 4 across in portrait. The glove-friendly airlock clamps were designed with intent to not intrude into the channel. No pinching wires in the tray like you see in other systems. With just a quarter turn, the airlocks stand up straight and will not fall into the channel. Airlocks are universal, accommodating module frames of 30 to 40 millimeter.
I'd like to demonstrate this for you, how easy it is to install this product and how the tactile feel of it is so fine. The plastic part on the lower clamp body is actually just to make it glove friendly. You can see I'm wearing my quick mount gloves. It's intuitive to engage and disengage the clamp. It will slide once placed and disengage just as easily without breaking. Another great feature of this product is that during servicing, you can just remove the UFO bolt and leave the lower clamp body in the rail. It won't fall out and it won't fall in, allowing you to service an MLPE unit and just replace the bolt on the top of the clamp body.
Thanks, Sue. The airlock universal end clamp incorporates the same easy quarter turn engagement mechanism. It too stands up straight and is universal at 30 to 40 millimeter. And Sue, I think you're going to demonstrate this component as well.
I will. The new airlock end, again, universal end clamp, allows 30 to 40 millimeter module engagement. And it's a very simple part without any fancy springs or anything to break. It's very aesthetic and looks great on the roof. If it's oriented the wrong way, spin it around, and it marries perfectly with the end cap that Glenn will be discussing in a moment. We also have a very innovative feature just in the bonding pin. It's on the right-hand side, so that as you install this on the module frame, it holds the module frame and holds the clamp in place as you install the clamp, eliminating the camming out that happens on many other clamps.
This is the Aire Stealth hidden end clamp, and Sue, you're on a roll, so I'll let you just keep going with your demonstration.
Sure. Your installers, what Glenn likes to say, will be able to install this blindfolded. This product has an angled bolt that allows you to reach it even when you can't see it. So here's the Aire Stealth installed into the rail. Very simple to install. You would bring it to the end, pull the tether, and it's a very robust tether that won't break, and install the clamp. The bolt is nice and long so that when you're trying to reinstall or uninstall it, it won't fall apart. It's also fully bonded to the module frame. There's 2 bonding pins and works with nearly all module frames.
Thank you, Sue. The rigorous thought that went into product design extends to the Aire end caps. And you wouldn't think that an end cap would be feature rich, but here it is. This end cap stays in place, and its symmetrical design eliminates the need for left and right pieces. It engages with ease to the outside of the rail, providing some forgiveness to the installer for skewed rail cuts. Most importantly, the Aire end cap design incorporates a large drainage aperture. It's highlighted there. This aperture, this feature, combined with the bridge splice, prevents standing water from accumulating in the rail. All of our components are what we describe as glove friendly. It really becomes helpful with this MLPE mount. With the assistance of the installation aid, placing and tightening the hardware is a breeze. And Sue, can you show this for us as well?
As you can see on the lower right-hand picture, we've put little plastic tabs to make this small part glove friendly. It engages into the rail simply and easily, and the tabs lay down flat underneath the top of the rail channel so that they're not in the way.
Our wire clips sit inside the rail channel so it doesn't interfere with the module. This is an innovation installers will appreciate. Panels slide right over the top. You can easily pop off the clips with either your finger, or if the channel is full, by putting a flathead screwdriver in the slot on the top of the clip and twisting. Real easy. And as you can see here, the wire clips are strong, simple to install, and simple to remove if necessary.
And as you can see, they sit below the top of the rail channel so that you can slide a module right over top of them without interference.
The Aire grounding lug is elegant in its simplicity. One bolt engages the connection. This titanium nitrate plated aluminum lug works with 10 to 6 AWG wire. The hardware is prepped to accept the wire without having to loosen the bolt. The low profile and north-south wire orientation keeps the wire out of the way. Like all Aire components, it's glove friendly and installs with a simple quarter turn. Sue's demonstrating this for us. Also, I'd like to, Sue, are you wearing your gloves, right? I'd like to point out that you're wearing your quick mount gloves throughout this presentation. Aire is fully integrated into the Iron Ridge Design Assistant. We call it DA. DA provides site-specific engineering values, project reports, and documentation in minutes. The same great ease of service you rely on to execute your projects quickly and to a high standard. Are you unfamiliar with DA and our robust line of software solutions? Go to our website, www.ironridge.com, and click on the top right, My Projects button to get started.
The software tools, like DA, and the training programs we've developed help to support both you and your installers. On our website, click on the Resources tab to access these free on-demand training courses. This includes our installer certification program, which is available to everyone. All you have to do is create an online account. And they're all eligible for 2 NABCEP credits upon completion. Our training team scripted and starred in these online, on-demand 2-hour courses, which are hosted on our learning management system. We're currently finalizing our open channel rail course, which features Aire and Hug.
To wrap this up, in creating the Aire racking system, Iron Ridge has achieved the only rail certified as an NEC compliant metallic raceway. Labor saving advancements like the slide and glide ability of our Aire dock and the glove friendly quarter turn clamps truly move racking design forward. And when combined with Contour, J-Box, Hug, and Bug, and our other attachment hardware, Aire gives you a best-in-class, fully engineered solution for your pitched roof projects. We'll note here at the end, everybody's familiar with the XR platform, and that's not going anywhere. It's been the backbone of our offerings for a really long time, and it has some unique qualities that we think will endure. But with that, Aire is an addition to XR, not a replacement for it. But with that, let's see what questions we have in the chat. And feel free to submit your questions now, and we'll try to answer those for you.
Well, shall I take the first question? Question from Dan. Is the Aire dock a separate SKU, or will it ship with the L feet? That's a great question, and it's very important that you order the Aire dock as a component. It will show up on the Iron Ridge bill of materials as a separate component because it does not ship with the attachments. It's a separate because you want to be able to use any attachment that you want to use and not have to buy a special SKU for an attachment attached to it. The only product that this product comes attached to is our all tile hook because it has a closed slot. So we have a second SKU of our all tile hook that includes the dock if you want to use it. Alternatively, you can remove the bolt and slip it through any other closed style L-foot. I'd like to take the next one as well from Russell. What has Iron Ridge done, I think, with galling on the mids and ends? That's a great question. We've actually solved this problem with a very innovative method. I don't think it's any secret because we show it on our boxes that the product, the stainless steel bolts are zinc plated, and the zinc offers it a lubricant process to reduce and eliminate galling in the product. In the past, it was just stainless steel with a coating, and now we found that zinc plating the stainless steel is the way to crack that. We have a question from Zach. Do the end locks remove the need for the stopper sleeves? Yes, they do. The stopper sleeves are an XR product, All of the XR components stay with XR. There's no cross compatibility between XR and Aire. So our universal end clamp or our stealth hidden end clamp are the Aire products. And this is a universal end clamp, 30 to 40 millimeter. There is no stopper sleeve in this design. Another question from Seth.
And Seth asked,
Mhm.
he says, is the bolt in the hidden end clamp captured?
It's not, but it's super long. And I haven't had any issues with this clamp falling apart in the field because, as you can see, we've given it a tremendous amount of length. That costs money. But we did it on purpose so that it wouldn't fall apart as you try to remove it. We gave that a whole lot of play so that that wouldn't happen. Glenn, I'm going to let you answer Michael's question.
Awesome. Thanks for the question, Michael. When will it be available? So it is currently available. I would speak with your Green Tech rep and your Iron Ridge rep, and definitely see about trying out the system on a project. I think you'll really appreciate most of these advancements we've been talking about. So currently available. We've actually, like Sue said, have been working with this platform for a while now in certain markets.
I'll take the question from Jeffrey. When is the next available hands-on training for the contractor certification? We recently had quite a few of those, and we're in the process of rescheduling. You can go onto our installer certification tab on the website, going resources, installer certification, and there is a hands-on training calendar that is normally up. I believe we don't have any up right now, but we're in the process of adding some new ones. And Dan asks, Glenn, what is the bug?
Awesome. Great question, Dan. Our bug is our latest product. It's a conduit mount, and it incorporates our Halo Ultra Grip technology. So you have the hug and then the bug. So real small footprint to allow us for some adjustability. It's a really great product that's available. Currently, you have access to that. You can view it on our website as well. And I will actually, if we can maybe in the chat, Sue, post a link to the website.
Sure.
Page.
I'll take a question from Lauren. What is the maximum span between feet? So the A1 and the A2 rail sizes were designed to be what I call a super light and a super standard. So instead of having 3 rails in our series, we have 2. This accommodates nearly all requirements, and the A1 can span 4 feet in up to 70 pounds of snow or 180-mile-an-hour wind speeds, and can accommodate 6-foot spans in normal, moderate loading conditions. The A2 rail is very robust and can sometimes span as much as 8 feet, very much like our more robust rails in the XR platform when you need long spans. Hope that answers your question. And again, it's available in Design Assistant right now. So you can choose in the Design Assistant, instead of XR in the line, you can choose Aire and to start designing with Aire or playing around with the Aire and what it would span in different applications. Another question from Lauren. How much flex when standing on the rail compared to XR 100? I'm going to say that it's different. The most important thing is that all open channel rail platforms, because they're open, will flex a little bit on the top. And that is consistent with all open channel rails. However, we've given a lot of details to the inside of the rail, which actually, when your entire foot is against it, give you a really, really good foot feel. So it's sort of not totally comparable to XR 100, but I know that on the jobs that I've been on, many of them very steep pitches in the Northeast, people are very happy with the foot feel of both A1 and A2.
Patrick asks, can the Aire be used with the standard Iron Ridge L foot?
Yes, it has the same slot size as all of our other products. So it would drop on a standard L foot just like this would. It does need to be on the side without the lip. That is important. Our L foot has a lip on one side, so it will need to be on the side without the lip.
Dinesh says, could you share the recording or the slides with the participants? Dinesh, I believe that Green Tech will be putting this webinar up for you to access in the future. And there's also the handout section where you can get material related to oil.
I have a question from Earl regarding the end caps and whether they'll plug up with debris over time, blocking the water in the channel. I'd like to say we have the largest opening of all end caps in the field in this design. Also, if you cut the rail exactly 1 inch past the universal end clamp, or use the stealth end clamp, you really can't get water in the channel very easily. Both the mid clamp and the end clamp completely keep water out of the channel because of their design. So the water would actually have to bounce, and the debris would have to bounce off the roof and up into the channel somehow in order to get water or debris inside the channel.
Mark says, thanks for the info, great presentation. I'll be looking forward to using this in the future. And Mark, we're looking forward to your feedback on it. We think you're really going to enjoy it. Lauren asks, is there an associated component to mount a junction box to the rail?
That's a great question. When you choose our J-Box, when you do your DA project, it will populate 2 more MLPE connectors, which you easily slide the ears of the J-Box into the MLPE connectors.
Yeah. And we have our J-Box is a nice offering if you get a chance to take a look at that product. I encourage you to do that. John Dixon asks, how close can a module mid or end clamp be to the end of a rail?
So it would always be an end clamp that's near the end of the rail, and we're asking for 1 inch beyond a universal end clamp, but the stealth clamp can actually have the module undercut by 1/4, and this can actually sit 1/4 of an inch underneath the module so that the end cap will be flush with the module frame. So 1 inch on universal and minus 1/4 on a stealth.
I will say too, just the documentation, we do have Florida product approval on this product, on this platform with high velocity hurricane zone designation. So you should be able to use this in all jurisdictions.
I'm just grabbing that bug link for you there. There we go.
Maybe also put the J-Box link up too. Yeah, a couple more questions coming in here. John says, how much at this? I think he's saying splice.
How much at the splice? The splice actually, I'm not sure what your question is there, but the splice actually will fit 2 pieces of rail and completely be invisible. So when the splice is installed, there's a line inside that you're going to install it to. The other piece butts right up against it, and as long as you've cut your rail square, you won't see it at all.
Would the dock work on a flash foot too?
Yes, the dock works perfectly on a flash foot too. It looks just like this. Just slips right over the top. So the flash view and the flash foot 2 as well have a top that looks like this, and it will slip right over top. This is an interesting question. How much more expensive is this product than the XR system? Glenn, you want to speak to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would encourage you to get with your green tech representative and your Iron Ridge rep in your local market to talk about that. As you've seen, there's so many great features to this platform. I think if you look at the overall cost of the system, time savings and hassle and the amount of waste that you use and things like that, you're going to find that I think you're going to be pleased with the price relative to the benefit. So I would get with your green tech rep to discuss pricing.
I think the only thing I might add to that is, again, we consider this a super light rather than a direct comparison to the XR10 series. And in many instances, people who are using XR100 rail because they like the foot feel of it or they like the feel of it, will find that they can save money using Aire A1.
Yeah, and we love the engagement. We'd love for you to try the product and give us feedback and engage with our representatives to understand your business and how this fits in with your business. So our representatives are very accessible. Any more questions? Any?
Elias, I'm not sure I understand your question.
I think he's probably asking about attachments, into the roof. I think, Elias, I would encourage you to reach out to us. Our technical support team is super helpful. You could send an email to techsupport@ironridge.com and they'll be able to provide you a solution.
I think our tech support line is actually really important to mention. Tech support at ironridge.com is a group of professionals that are available during the business day from East Coast to West Coast and can easily answer your questions. If you call the 1-800 number, it's on our website. You will also get our tech support team right away and you get your question answered really quickly.
Russell asks, does Iron Ridge provide planted design services?
Plan set design services.
Plan set, okay. We have a robust suite of software solutions, and that's an ever-evolving thing. We're adding additional services. So we mentioned the design assistant platform. We also have other solutions, and I would encourage you to reach out to your Iron Ridge rep, your Green Tech rep to discuss those. But we do have a lot of resources for you to access, and those are accessible on our website. So if you go up to the resource tab, you should easily be able to find information.
I can add a little bit to that question too, in that if you're a Green Tech customer, then Green Tech does offer plan set services. And of course, we are very happy to take the output of the design assistant and import that into our permit sets.
Awesome. There's a great question from Stephen. Does the HUG still require flashing?
Well, that's a
complicated
question to answer because HUG does have a flashing. HUG has a flashing system and it has been certified by UL 2703 as a polymeric flashing system. So it is defined as a flashing. We have had this approved in some of the more difficult AHJ regions, including the Oregon Energy Trust, Massachusetts, lots of areas where they wouldn't normally approve something that didn't have a metallic flashing or mechanical flashing. We've proven to them that the hug has a flashing. And since this is an Aire presentation, we won't go too much into hug, but feel free to reach out to us for further information. It is also, the hug is approved by the largest roofing manufacturer in the world, not to void their warranty, and I have a letter to that effect. And Doug has a question. He missed the pricing question. What's the cost increase percentage over your previous system? I would say that there may not be a price increase over your previous system. You need to reach out to Green Tech rep and get a full bill of materials compared to what you are using now, and find out whether Aire is possibly going to save you money. Because again, we have 2 rails, an A1 and an A2, rather than 3. So this encompasses a wider range of loading conditions in 2 rails rather than 3. So not completely apples to apples comparative to the product you're using now. Dan asks about a tilt kit solution with Aire. It's a great question, Dan. We've been very busy installing Aire on pitched roofs, and we are in the process of doing the testing required for installing Aire as a tilt system. It requires a new DA component in order to design the system, and we are working diligently on that right now.
It's coming.
What are the span limits of the A2? I encourage you to go into the design assistant and play around with this, but you can find that the A2 will maintain 4 to 6 foot spans and some pretty high loads. I've seen 120 PSF of snow where you can still get decent spans with the A2, but go into DA and try it for yourself. It's all there. Another good question from Jesse. Compatible with the ground mount hardware, we currently use the XR1000. We've chosen not to pursue ground mount with this new rail platform. That may be somewhere over the horizon, but right now we feel that XR as a closed channel rail is a better product for a ground mount solution. XR1000 is an extremely robust rail platform. You can also use our XR100 with 4-up designs for the ground mount system. But XR1000 is very, very strong. So no current plans to make Aire compatible with ground mount.
Yeah, while we wait, I will mention you can design a ground mount system with XR100 as well. And also we have ground screw compatibility. So gives you some flexibility, 2 or 3 inch pipe in different configurations.
We also have a new training module for ground mount. Our team went out and installed a ground mount system. As I said, it was our own trainers that scripted and starred in these trainings. So if you go to our on-demand training resources and create an account, you can watch a 2-hour installation with a ground mount.
I have to add a little plug for that. We get a lot of positive feedback from our installers, and my team especially loves all the training and all the support stuff that you guys publish, and especially the design assistant. So anybody who hasn't used the design assistant, I highly encourage you to try it out. It's really well developed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Dan.
Well, we're about 3 minutes off close. If anyone has any more questions, throw them in the chat. And I'll just close with saying that anyone can reach out to me for further questions. My email address is susan.stark, S-T-A-R-K, @ironridge.com.
Yeah, and I'll just add, we're super excited about this platform. The feedback we've gotten on it has been tremendous, and we're really looking forward to your feedback and for you guys to get a chance to try the system.
All right, I guess that's a wrap then. But yeah, thanks Sue, and thanks Glenn. It's another amazing evolution, I think, in your products. Really nice to see.
Appreciate it, Stuart. Thank you,
Thank
Green
you.
Tech,
Everybody.
the audience.